cut that bit out from my nose.
No, it's staying in. Hi guys, welcome back to new Dram Drinker. Another week, another video. We hope you've all had a great week, whether you've been at work or just having the week off like we have. It's been a great week for us. We've had a few whiskies, haven't we? A few. We've met up with a few of our members and things like that, so it's been really good fun this week. Another whiskey as always, and it is one that's been on the shelf for a couple of weeks now. It's nearly all kind of, well, it's not nearly all gone, but it's halfway down the bottle. But we haven't drank a lot of it, to be honest. We took it to a barbecue, didn't we, with a lot of whiskey enthusiasts that all got to try it, and it went down quite well, to be honest. I think it
went down quite well.
Yeah, we brought two Loch Lomond, and it just by chance someone else had bought some Loch Lomond as well, so we had quite a nice flight of whiskies. But yeah, so we didn't really get much chance to delve into it and enjoy it in the way we like to for videos, so it's fairly new to us. But as you can see, and you saw from the video, it is the Loch Lomond 10-year-old, and we've done a video recently, didn't we, that you didn't really enjoy too much. I
found it a really big whiskey,
yeah.
And I think for me the biggest disappointment was that it said it was smoky, and I did not find it smoky. I found it hugely heavy. So I was really interested in this one. This one says it's fruit and vanilla, and I was really interested to say if this one did exactly what it said on the tin, but more to that later.
I did read on the back, and it does still say there's a bit of a peat touch and smoke.
I read that as well, yeah.
I think it doesn't really give that away on the front though, does it? A lot.
So I was just slightly interested to see whether this one, is it lighter, is it fruitier? The one thing I'm going to say about this one that I do like... It's fine. There's a line on the back of it. You know what, I like words. The line says... It talks about the Loch Lomond distillery.
Do you need your glasses?
No, I can read it. I don't have glasses. Basically that it's been distilling since 1814. It says, whiskies which are as beautifully delicious as the landscape is stunning. That's a really nice thing to put about your whiskies. It is very elegant. Lovely. It's nice, so, yeah.
Let's throw that over there. So yeah. Onto the bottle, as we always do at the start. I've already shown you already, but we'll go in again just so you can give you a little look. It's the typical kind of Loch Lomond bottle shape. I wouldn't say it kind of stands out massively on the bar. It's all right. It just doesn't really do a lot for me.
I like that their labels are different colours for different the different styles or types. But
I'm a little bit kind of nonplussed by it, to be honest. It's just a standard whiskey bottle to me, really. But nice how it's all embossed and everything, but it's all right. And we've poured some in our glasses already just to give it a bit of a breather, because we've been stung by that before in the past where we've kind of not let it breathe and had neck pores, and it's not a true representation, I don't think, of the whiskey. So we've let some sit here for a little while, and we've got some new coins that came through literally, I think, yesterday or the day before.
And can I say, I love these, because if you've seen my Mrs. New Dram Drinker symbol on Instagram, like the colours are so similar.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's very nice. So it is from none other than Jeff Whisky. I'm sure some of you watching know
this is Whisky.
Yeah. Drinking drams and slapping bottles, which is exactly what he does on his videos. He's got his own YouTube channel. So you're going to probably see something pop up in a minute so you can find him on YouTube. But he's a great guy, really and his videos are brilliant, and I love his energy and passion. So go check him out, give him some love. Hit your subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. But and he's got coins as well, so you might be able to get one of those if you want one. Good. And they've been topping off this whiskey. Couldn't find any information out whether it's coloured or non-chill filtered. There's literally nothing on the bottle or on the tube. As ever, I don't delve into it too much, because I think the information should be on there if they want you to know. If they're not telling you, then I'm going to presume it's both. It's coloured and it's not chill filtered. So, or it is chill filtered rather. So yeah, I'm not really going to go into it much on the colour, because I just don't know whether it's fake or not. So we'll go straight in on the nose. So what are you getting?
So this is 40%, isn't it?
It's 40%, yeah. I mean, it was from Waitrose. We got a free glass with it. I think it was about £35. So
I was just asking, because there's not a lot of spirit. There's not a lot.
It knows it's white fruits.
Yes.
A little touch of smoke, I'd say, on there.
I can't get the smoke.
No.
Definitely white fruits. It's a light whiskey.
I'd say I'm even getting like a touch of peat as well, but it's like that sweet peat. Yeah.
No,
Might
I can't
be
pick that
because
up.
I know. I don't know. It is quite strong, so it's not because I've read the box and it's told me it's there, but I can definitely get it.
I'm getting a. It's very subtle. It's not. There's not a lot of flavour jumping out. I'm going to say.
I'm getting a bit of.
But I'm getting like a vanilla-y, fudgy sort of caramel.
You're getting like a wet grass as well.
Oh, wet grass.
Not dunnage as such, but more like just like a wet grassy
There's a very
feel.
fresh note, which could be the wet grass.
Yeah. There's a slight off note there, which is making me think it's like
Wet. Something, yeah.
Damp.
I'm getting
grass.
a very subtle, sweet note, like a caramel or a vanilla, I'm going to say. Which actually, that makes sense,
is it
doesn't
bourbon?
it?
It's got bourbon casks.
It's,
in it.
yeah, there's 3 casks,
Yeah.
isn't there? The bourbon, the recharred, and the something else. Can't remember. It says on the tin.
So that was probably coming from the bourbon and the vanilla.
Yeah,
the
and then
caramel.
there's a freshness, which I think I agree with you, is the white fruit.
It's got a pleasant nose, to be
I'm
honest.
wondering if there is a little zing of something else.
Spices, you get a little spice. Maybe like a cooking spice.
No, I wouldn't go that far. But I can't get smoke or peat.
I'll bet you will in a minute when you drink it.
Maybe.
So, would you say it's a nice nose?
Yes, it's very subtle. It's quite understated. It's not jumping out at me.
I
I think I'm having to work quite hard to nose the notes.
it's probably a good whiskey, I would say, on the nose for a new beginner into whiskey. It's got not too complex, but you can pull a few things out of it, which would probably make you feel good if you couldn't before. You know, it's probably a good step on the
I'm
journey.
going to say, I don't think I've ever said this before. You know when you said there's a damp note?
Yeah.
There's something. I'm going to say it smells sweaty.
Okay.
Like a sweaty sock almost. I literally am getting a sweaty note.
Okay.
A
Can't
damp.
say I am getting that.
There is a,
I'm trying to stay away from the word funky.
Yeah.
Because it's like such a broad.
Oh, I said zinger.
Yeah, but it's a broad note to say, isn't it?
But there's a note there that I couldn't place. I'm thinking it could be damp, like you said.
Yeah.
It's slightly sweaty.
I think this is like one of the things that we want to try to start doing is some of the terminology we use in our reviews is very broad.
Yes.
I want to
narrow it
try.
down.
I think we need to, because that's how we're going to evolve, isn't
Yes.
it? By trying to, rather than just go, oh, it's funky and then moving on, try and actually figure out what the funk is. And I would say for me, it is like that funky note is like a wet, trampled grass.
I'm going to say it smells
Trampled
sweaty.
grass. That sounds like a load of toss, doesn't it? It's like wet trampled grass.
There is a wet
It's
note
just wet
though, I get
grass
that.
note.
Yeah.
It's like I'm getting all fancy with myself and all.
Trampled. And what
grass.
size shoes
It's not like
were those that trampled?
Yeah. It's been lay on, not walked on. God's sake.
On a cold, misty day.
A load of rubbish.
Can we go in for the sip?
Let's go in on the patty. There we go. Okay, so
I'm going to say there's a bigger bourbon note there. The char.
I'm a little bit disappointed on the palate. It's a little bit thin.
It is thin.
It kind of comes and goes. It's probably 2 or 3 notes I'm getting there. Like you say, like
I think
like
the
caramel,
caramel.
a smoky peaty note, which kind of seems to
I definitely
override.
can't get that.
No.
I can just get there's a barrel note there, and it's definitely charred. It's not smoky enough for me. I can't get unless I get
There's
it
a
unfinished.
sugariness.
Yeah, there's definitely a caramel. You are right there. I think that's the bourbon note. I'm going
Like
to
a
say
cigar, like I think we said last time about the Kilcoman. There's that cigar note, and I think it's almost
not
there's
strong,
like
though, is
it's not strong, but it's there, and I just think it's slightly overpowering.
I think you're better at picking it up than me. I'm getting like a charred cask, but I can't get smoke. I'm going to say this feels top heavy. You know, sometimes we say lovely balanced. I'm going to say for me, the bourbon notes are there, and then there's something else, a couple of other little things.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's
I
not
think
balanced.
for me, that be it cigar, be it smoke, be it a touch of peat, it's kind of so forefront that the rest struggles, which almost makes it even though I do like a peat and smoke note, I do expect more now, or want more from my whiskies. So when that's all it's got, I struggle with it. It seems thin because it's only got the one kind of note, and everything
feels
else
uneven.
I think we've said it before, not one to repeat ourselves, but it's like the peat or smoke or cigar note is here, and all the other notes are bouncing off the bottom of it, and they can't get through.
Yes, I would agree.
And you know that's how these
you have to get
types
past
of
the
whiskies.
You have to get past the big note to find the others.
That's how this type of whiskey struggles.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because it's 40%. Maybe if they'd have ramped that up a touch more, maybe it would have.
Yes,
burst
it does.
Through.
When you said thin, it kind of feels watered down.
Yeah,
you are right.
Doesn't feel like it's full.
Yes, yeah. I am going to say, having gotten over the bigger notes, there is a spicy tingle, and you know when you said cooking spices, so not like really hot. It's not peppery. I'm going to say cinnamon. You know, those kind of cinnamon and ginger. Yeah. It's definitely that kind of spice. Yeah. There is still a nice little light note, which could be the white fruits again. But if I say to you, it's almost like there's a big flavour, there's the spicy, and then there's the tiniest little something.
Yeah.
It's not a. I don't think I've ever had a whiskey where I can genuinely say that there's an uneven profile here.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree. Yeah, it's still an easy whiskey to drink. If I was given this, I would think, oh, this is okay, I can drink this.
I was about to say that. It's almost like you could probably sit there, have a dram of this. All of you could have a dram of it around the table, and you would probably talk about other things other than the whiskey. You would just drink it. It's just a drinking whiskey rather than a conversation.
And I don't want that to sound harsh, but it isn't going to be a memorable whiskey.
No, it's not. It's not. But... You know,
it's pleasant, and for £35,
it's not asking a lot of money, so you're not kind of spending a fortune on it. But will you really go back and buy another bottle? Unless you try it and love it, which some of you might. For us, it's probably a one-off buy. It's not going to be replaced, I wouldn't have thought. Yeah, at least the peated one that we did the other week had something about it, even though you didn't think it kind of what they said on the tube represented what was in the bowl. But at least once you tried it, it had something going on.
I think as well, you got to think a big whiskey like that, because I'm so at the beginning of my journey, like a full peat, I wouldn't know whether that was a good whiskey or not a good whiskey, or whether that was I can't drink it. Whereas this one, I feel more confident in saying I've had similar whiskies that have been better.
Have you had better for the money, would you say?
Worse whiskies.
Yeah,
I think this is an average whiskey for a decent price.
Because £35 isn't necessarily cheap in the grand scheme of things. You can get lots of other whiskies that we've got on our shelves for maybe £5-10 more. I'd rather save a little bit longer and get those.
I would agree, but I'm going to say for the money, I think this is very reasonably priced. This to me tastes like a whiskey that should be about £35.
Personally, I think we paid ticket price for it, so there wasn't any discount. I think if you saw this for maybe 25 or 27,
it'd be a good buy.
Give it a go.
Yes.
You know, but £35. Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. Yeah. We'll do our kind of hood.
I think yes, but I think because this is a style of whiskey I've had before, I feel more confident saying it's not my favourite. I've had better ones. I've had worse ones as well. Yeah. I think it's an unmemorable.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Someone will probably ask me if I've tried it in 3 or 4 years' time, and I'll probably say I can't remember.
So. Yeah.
You know, I might have. I don't know.
You can drink it though. It's not.
Sometimes people
horrendous.
ask you that question. You go, oh yeah, it was amazing. Wasn't
I don't think we're going to have that.
This will
experience.
Just disappear, won't it? Finished. There's hardly. It goes for me. It's more of the cigar kind of smoky, ashy kind of note, and then it's just gone. Just doesn't do a lot for me. That's all. I can't taste it in my mouth in the slightest now.
That's really interesting. Obviously, I'm preferring this one to the last Loch Lomond we reviewed because I couldn't drink it. This again is another one. I don't feel like they've done what they've said. I'm not getting the flavours. I can't get the smoke. I've definitely got the char on the cask, which I'm going to say is the bourbon.
Maybe that's what we get. But you take it.
I'm not as good at picking them up, I think.
Well, you might be right, I might be wrong, but maybe what you're getting as a char on the cask is what I perceive as maybe not. Yeah, it's just that we're thinking at it from a different point.
And they said vanilla. I'm going to say yes on the nose, because that to me I think was the bourbon influence as well. I didn't get any of that on the palate.
Yeah, I think there's a definite kind of fruitiness there.
Yes.
But like
and
I
the
said,
sweetness.
It struggles to poke its head above everything else that's going on. So it does become a little bit one note. And for me, the finish just accentuates that, because it just goes into the smoky cigar note and then just ends.
Yes, I would say there's
doesn't
a really
even give it a
short
chance.
finish.
It's done. It's gone. It's kind of come and gone. But that's kind of about
Maybe Loch Lomond do a cask strength or something that we need to try.
I think because I know you didn't like the other one that we did, the green tube one. But that was only because it's not where you were.
No, it's too big for me.
So that's a good whiskey for the money, because it is one that you will get to, and I think appreciate in time. It's not forgotten. No, it's just put to the side until you can drink it for you. This one will just be pushed to the side, won't it? You won't come back to it. There's no reason for you to come back to it. You've had better. Yeah. You know, so why would you backtrack to have something that's pretty nondescript? Yeah. Yeah. So highlights, we'll get to those next. So keep on watching to see what we think.
I think for the price, it's worth it. I think it's easy to drink. There's no harshness, so I think I said this before, it's a reasonably priced whiskey. I think the price matches it. It's okay to drink. It is.
Get a free glass.
We got a free glass. Yeah, it's from a supermarket, so you can just go and buy
free
it.
Glass. This is the one. So
we did. Yeah.
It's a nice touch that we got something for free. But is that it?
Yeah.
Nose is nice. No. Don't lie if it's not. I'll be telling you.
It wasn't complex. I don't think we would spend, you know me, I like a whiskey that makes me go, oh, and this, oh, and this. I don't think we would sit in a bar. I think you summed it up perfectly when you said we could all sit round and drink this and we probably wouldn't talk about the whiskey. Yeah. It's nothing special.
You know. And thank you for recognising that.
Live on camera. It's nothing special. It sounds really harsh. I don't like saying that, but that's my honest opinion.
We can't all like every whiskey, can we? And there'll be some people out there who are probably watching this going, they're crazy.
Yeah,
it's
amazing.
Love it, yeah. And that is brilliant. If you come from that angle, let us know in the comments, because we really do enjoy it when you go, we kind of think you're wrong, but this is why we think you're wrong, because try this and try
that. Oh yes, definitely. If there's one that you think if you're not sure about this one, you will love this, definitely put that in the comments.
We love that, because we always take those on board.
They go on a list that is so long. You know, I have this long list of whiskies to try.
Might take a while till we get to the video. What you recommend.
No, we definitely take them really seriously, because we like to be guided.
Well, we need the guidance, because we don't really know.
We like that.
Our judgment really comes, would we buy Loch Lomond from the 2 bottles we've had? And I probably would take a chance on them. You probably wouldn't.
Maybe,
No. But that's just where we are. So for me, highlights, similar to Nick really. Price is decent, I suppose. Availability, it is literally in Waitrose. I can walk up there and go and get a bottle if I really wanted one. The glass, and that's probably about it really. The nose is nice. Everything after that just becomes a little bit harder to kind of praise, doesn't it? It's just okay. So I suppose you know what's coming next. Would you buy it? Would you save it for a later date, or would you bin it and not buy it again? I'm
going to say I wouldn't buy this again. If I had £35 in my purse, I wouldn't be skipping to the supermarket to buy this.
Yeah, I think I agree, to be honest. I think it would be a bin it. There's no reason to save it for a later date, like the Loch Lomond there, that would go on the save it for a later date, because you don't like it now because of the heavily, it's not a heavy peat, it's just heavier peated, isn't it?
And you liked it, so one of us would drink it, whereas this one, I think we're both on the same page.
This one belongs in the bin.
I think we just, I wouldn't buy this again.
Yeah, or a barbecue that you can share it out with everyone and get rid of it.
And it's good for that.
It was good for that.
It's an easy drink. Yeah. And that sounds awful, but you're not using your really good stuff on people that maybe don't drink whiskey all the time or don't really appreciate whiskey.
But the guys that I think this is the thing, the guys who were at the barbecue we were at are much better than us at drinking whiskey. They've got more knowledge than us. But you kind of know that you're all just going to be chatting. We're not all focusing on the whiskey.
No.
We're not sat there going
taking notes.
This
no,
is,
it wasn't like that.
You're just all
It
there
was
to
a
have a good
social
time,
event, yes.
to have a barbecue. You're eating food, so you don't need a whiskey that's going to be too kind of in
because it will get lost.
If you do take one of those whiskies and everyone isn't taking any notice of it because they're just too happy drinking and eating and chatting away,
it would get completely
lost. You're going to be a bit disappointed because you maybe didn't get the kind of attention that you were hoping it would get.
Yeah.
So my opinion on this one is, bin it unless you're going to a barbecue with loads of people and then take one.
So look out, we're coming to yours in the next few weeks.
Yeah, I'm letting all the cat out of the bag, aren't I? Because like every time we go to a barbecue or something, they're going to be looking at what we're bringing.
We might end up buying another bowl just to take to another barbecue.
There we go, you brought the shit one then, have you? Anyway, that's it guys. I think we've done our best with this one. As ever, if you enjoy our videos, please just join our members club as well, because it's literally more of the same, but there's more people who talk rubbish like we in there.
The banter's on a daily basis.
As long as you don't mind having the meat taken out of you and talk about whiskey a lot and other things as well.
We do other stuff like tastings and Q&As and have brand ambassadors on, and we have nice things, but the banter is every day.
There, but it's good and friendly, and I think everyone who's in it would say that it is as well, so I hope. Thank you so much for watching as usual. We will see you again next week with another, might be a little bit different next week, don't hold me to this, but I might do some samples, because I think I've always said we wouldn't do samples, because why should we expect you to buy a bottle if we don't buy the bottle? But we've had some samples that are really nice whiskies, and we probably can't afford to buy a full bottle of it, to be honest, but it doesn't mean that we can't review it so that you can, if you can afford it.
I'm a bit excited now. I didn't know that was coming.
Yeah, I kind of, I do work on things in the background, But we might go with that next week. We'll see how we feel. But maybe some whiskies out there that, like I said, that you might be able to afford that we can't, that we can give you our thoughts on.
That would be exciting.
Yeah, it'd be good. So, thank you for watching again, and we will see you next week.